Hi, beautiful soul. Thank you for being here, mostly in the moment with me, Mystic Mia Moksha, for another Love Pick a Card reading. We have 4 piles here, and we're looking at what they like about you right now. So we choose a pile based on the image that resonates with you the most deeply. And I want to take this opportunity to say thank you so much for your tips, your donations, your likes, your comments, your beautiful feedback, sharing a bit of your story with me and others, and just sharing a little bit of your heart, your light with me and others. I really appreciate it. I know our community really appreciates it. It just really makes you kind of smile when you see someone doing something kind for someone else, you know? Even in like little ways, like sometimes when you just kind of get beat from seeing so much negativity in the world, it's just nice to know that there's others like us who keep the world keep going round, you know, with our love and light. So if we just keep this up, I bet we can snuff out all the darkness, you know. And yeah, that's my goal anyway. So I hope you enjoy the reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hey, pile 1 with the sunset skies. Let's see what they like about you right now. What do they like about you right now? The sun. Oh, wow. They think you have a really warm glow. Like everything about you kind of shines. Like your look, your looks, your personality, your goals, your ambitions in life. Even when you feel like you've had a setback or you know, something not go right or something go the wrong way, you always come up on top. Like you don't let it get you down for too long. I'm like stuttering as I speak because I feel like this person's like so like intimidated and nervous around you because they just feel like you're just like this like awe-inspiring person, almost like goddess or godlike like presence where, you know, people just respect you or smile when they're around you or feel like you can always help them out, that you have a warmth to you. Something about your personality, it's very magnanimous. It's like very big. It's very like it's bigger than your body. Like, you know, like it fills the whole room kind of thing. Yeah, and I do feel like this like ability to bring positivity to any situation kind of thing. Not like you're this like perfect person, but like most of the time, like 8 times out of 10, you'll be the person who brings like reason or joy or a little bit of lightness in a particularly not so happy situation. And then, oh, I just heard, then they're like, and that's like when things aren't good. When things are really good, they're like a phoenix in the sky. Like, they're just mesmerizing. I mean, they put on a show. They're like encapsulating. Like, they're just so like beyond, you know, like if they have like a meeting, like they have to present, like they put on a presentation, you know, like if they're at a party, they just like they hold all the attention and they do so well with that attention. If they're you know walk into the room, like their style and their presence and the way they communicate, like it's like they're like, I'm thinking about when they are when they come into a tough room, you know, where people are sad or angry or, you know, something just bad just happened, they're killing it. But when things are good, I mean, it's beyond. Let's see. Opposition. Yeah, and this is like your like I'm getting like they're like this is their key selling point. Like they get along with anybody, like even people who don't have the same opinions as them. They can still talk to those people who are totally opposite of them. And so it's like I can see them dating like anybody. I can see them being friends with anybody. Like I feel like wherever they work, they make friends. Wherever they go, they make friends, you know. Yeah, it's a very appealing quality in you that they see. Okay. I release my need to be right. I'm defenseless and at peace. Yeah. You also have the ability to kind of like, even if you're right, you're not, hitting them over the head, being like, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, or I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. You're like, they'll figure it out. You just like patiently wait, and you're like, yeah, they're gonna find out that I'm right. Like, and you might give like a little smirk or something, but you're not like over the top with like having to be controlling or having to be right or having things to always go your way. Like you sometimes take the back seat and you're like, okay, like, we don't have to always do things my way, or I can roll with the punches, like I can go with the flow kind of thing. Like sometimes it's kind of like, okay, like I don't want to ruin this day or this momentum that we have going, or like if you're with a group of people, it's like, yeah, I'll go with whatever the group wants to do, even though it's not necessarily what I would want to do, so something like that. Like you're really, you can put other people's like needs or opinions or decisions like above yours. Like you don't have to always be the one, like you won't like make a big deal out of it if it's like doesn't go your way kind of thing. This person might have had a situation in the past where they were just with the wrong person, who was just kind of constantly being a bitch or something, getting frustrated and angry like at the smallest things. Spoiled, I'm getting. All that I need is coming to me in ways I could never imagined. You are very, very hopeful with the sun and this moon here. You have this kind of feeling like, oh yeah, I always have what I need, like I have a roof over my head, I have, water coming through the faucet, I have family and friends, and I've, enough to feed myself and to help others. Like, I have what I need to get where I want, even if it's not today. Like I have tomorrow. Like I'm in a good place no matter what. Like I don't know, you're just mature isn't the word, optimistic isn't the word. It's just like such a real down to earth kind of person. And even if you don't think so, like this person like just feels like they don't meet people like you often. They're just kind of real and like so easygoing, Wow. Okay. What else do I think about you? I feel like they really, really love your upper body. And something about your like torso, your length, and it doesn't have to be height, but something about the way, your upper body is just really attractive. And again, create your own happiness. And the 2 moon cards, you must have a really like you might be really curvy, or you have like really nice upper body if you're female, or if you're male, really good torso, soft features, really flowy hair, maybe you move well. I feel like you have a lot of charisma, even if you're not that extroverted. I feel like you have the ability to. Maybe you just know the right time to touch people, or people don't feel weird around you. Like they're really comfortable about like you touching their shoulder. Like doesn't you, and even if you don't even know that person, like you just have a real ease about you. You have a real presence. That's why I'm saying like your upper body, like people pay attention to. You have a real presence. And really soft features, really inviting features I'm getting. And create your own happiness. Like, like you're a wealth of like a hope and like renewal energies. You're always like renewing your hope, renewing your happiness. It's like if there's like a room where people are just like stuck, you like kind of get the well going again, And like that's very, very good quality. Rare. You're a gem. Align your intentions with your actions. Yeah, you must have very, very beautiful eyes. Deep eyes. You can see into people's souls. That's why you know how to speak to people. You know how to connect to people very well. Even if you don't think so, like, you can if you wanted to. Or you might just get tired of, being able to know what people want and want to hear, and you need space sometimes from that, because this group is like, I'm getting both extroverted and introverted version of these attributes are being represented, so it's interesting. Yeah, you definitely do shine. You have an eye for things. You might be also very creative or artistic, or you have really good style. Even if you're not artistic, you know good art, kind of thing. Like, you know how to pick it out or something like that. Yeah, good eye for fashion. I'm getting a good eye for art, good eye for furniture, good eye for style, good eye for like anything like artistic. Okay. So, what are they doing to help this connection? What can they do to help this connection? Happiness. I feel like them being happy would really help this connection, because I feel like maybe they relied too much on you to give them happiness. They were kind of like leeching onto your energy, and you were kept like renewing it, and like, okay, we're on tough times, or like, I don't know, you might have felt like you were the ones who kept getting like the one that needed to like do something if something was sad, or if there was a conflict in the connection. Like, it was kind of like you always felt like it was up to you, and they kept like kind of relying on you, using you as a crutch throughout the connection for problems in the relationship and problems outside of the relationship or the connection, whatever. So it's kind of like if they were just working on their own happiness and they brought that happiness into the connection, things would be good. But I feel like they're kind of relying too much on your well of happiness and your ability to renew it, and it's kind of wearing you out a little bit, or there's the potential of them like wearing you out. Okay, so what can they do to help this connection? Balance. Yeah, it came out in reverse. Like, happiness came out in reverse. Yeah, they need to definitely step up. They just need to be like happy and stop relying too heavily on you for being happy. Okay, so are they actually doing this right now? Are they working on like their own happiness, so they don't just suck all your energy, and they can contribute to the happiness of the connection and to you, So, if you both are a well of happiness, you'll be unstoppable. Are they actively working on this right now? The Chariot, yeah, okay. They are. Good sign. They are working on this really rather quickly, I'm getting, because they're like really noticing of how rare of a person you are, and they know that they have to really step up their game and very quickly if they want to continue having you in their life. Okay, and then what can you do to help this connection right now? What can you do to help this connection right now? Love. Hit the opposition card. I'm getting from Spirit like just like being able to love that you two aren't like, you two can be on opposite pages sometimes. If you can love the fact that you two aren't exactly the same person, that will make things easier in the future. So I feel like loving your differences is a huge ask, but it's honestly going to make every conflict in the future easier to navigate. Because I feel like you might even pride yourself being able to kind of deal with a lot of different kinds of issues or people or situations. But it's hard to do with your partner, because this is someone who's like by your side, every day, or they're in your life, right? So like maybe you're used to being like dealing with opposition when it's not so consistent, with like random people you meet or people you don't have to see that often, or maybe people you don't have to choose. Like maybe you've had a lot of oppositions with family or people that you grew up with, and it's difficult to deal with opposition with someone that you're actually in a relationship with, that you choose to be with. So it's kind of like learning to love that you two aren't the same people and aren't going to be always on the same page, and to appreciating that. That's difficult. It's a huge ask for sure. How do you even do that, right? Create alchemy, yeah. Create magic. You know how like there's that spiritual lesson where it's like, oh yeah, like love your enemy kind of thing. Love thy enemy. Not Christian, but like, if you can like show love to people who have a lot of hate or have a lot of, like, are just completely different than you, or aren't really kind or whatever, and like love them and regardless kind of thing, like it will change everything. It will change your reality. It'll change the dynamic of people. It will raise the consciousness of humanity overall. So it's kind of like that, except it's not your enemy. It's literally someone you love, this partner, this connection with someone you like. So it's like a really tough exercise, because you could even maybe understand like why someone did something, like a serial killer, right? Like it's like, okay, I can understand why they grew up that way, or whatever. I'm using that as an example because there's so many documentaries on them, right? Recently, like 4-part series and stuff like that. Like you can maybe understand people's upbringings and experiences and stuff like that, but to put it into practice with someone like your partner, the person you're connecting with, so difficult, right? Well, let me know if you figure it out. That's tough. 9 of Cups. Wish granted. I'm getting from Spirit, like, if you can do this one thing, if you can just do it like this one time with this one difference, you'll get your wish granted. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it feels like you're such a secure person, and a very loving person, that it feels like this is like a really big challenge, like the ultimate like mountain to climb kind of thing, the like biggest hurdle to get over in this connection. Like realizing that you two are different people, and it's a good thing that you're not the same person, which is, it seems like a very obvious statement, but like it's hard to do when you're a spiritual person. First of all, if you're watching this, you're a spiritual person, right? And that you want that, you're probably a very romantic person, you wear your heart on your sleeves for the most part, or you at least do with this person that you're looking at this reading for. And you probably want that really divine counterpart, kind of like high level soulmate relationship, but it's kind of difficult, because you probably practice a lot of self-love to love someone that is different than you, but still as much as you have self-love for yourself. It's very, right? It's very hard. Anyway, let's see. The Spirit's message for this connection. Connect to source. Okay. This one in a very highly spiritual way. Okay. Go within to discover what needs to be done. Create a shift required to attract what you want. Yeah. So I feel like you're very attracted to this person. This person's really attracted to you. I mean, if they like this about you, they can see very, very deep into you. This is a very deep connection. I can tell it just by what they like about you. You know, but I feel like it got kind of like surface level. You guys both kind of forgot like the fundamentals, kind of. They forgot about like being happy and then bringing that into the connection. And you kind of forgot about like it's okay to love someone who may think differently than you. Or that you will like not be on the same page as with certain things. With they're not going to be exactly you, you know. But connect to source, I'm getting kind of like, where is this like going? Where does this like, where's the root of this situation? You know, the higher perspective of this. And it's kind of like you will 100% agree with their higher self, right? Because their higher self will always be on your side. They'll always want the best, right? Like, kind of see what your higher self and their higher self would want. Ten of Cups. Wow, the Nine of Cups and Ten of Cups. Yeah, connect to source. It's like, okay, what would happen in the ideal situation? And then how can you get there realistically? Kind of like, okay, I need to be happy in order to come into this connection and make them happy. I need to come into this connection happy, and they'll make them happy, and it'll make me happy too. I need to love them unconditionally as I love myself unconditionally. Because, like, you know, you forgive yourself when you make mistakes, or, you know, you still love yourself even though you might have a different opinion than you did, like, about a certain topic 10 years ago or 20 years ago or something, right? Like 5 years ago. So it's kind of like unconditional love for you, happiness for them. Seems straightforward to me. It doesn't seem hard. Very easy, right? No, just kidding. It's just very hard. It seems very simplistic, but it's one of the hardest things to do, right? Keep yourself happy. Unconditional love, the hardest things to do. And figure it out. So once you do, right, you got it. All right, this went a totally different way than I thought it would, but hopefully it resonated. If it did, I really appreciate it. Like a comment. It really, really helps me know that you resonate with these very highly spiritual readings. It was difficult because like my camera kept turning off before I started this reading, and like spirit, like it's like you need to pull cards for yourself before you start this reading. They really had something to tell me. And it was they're like, you need to like do what's right in this reading and not like cower to like the one negative comment that I get like once every few readings, right? Because I'm like getting a bunch of new people now, and this has always been the case. Like I would have one negative Nancy every like 6 months or something like that, but now it's more frequent because I'm getting more and more subscribers. So it's like kind of be like true to yourself, be true to yourself, be highly spiritual like you are, like speak from your heart. And so then I do it, and then not a lot of people resonate with the readings like this because they want to know, like, I don't know. Anyway, it'd really help me out if I get your feedback. But yeah, no worries if you can't. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I wish you much love and light. Hey, pile number 2 with the rainbow waterfall. Let's see what they like about you right now. The ambulance, police, and fire truck out there. So this is Spirit really wants you. When I hear the fire truck and stuff like that loudly, usually means this is a very important reading for you, and it's because something important, like groundbreaking, eye-opening, like clarity hitting you like a lightning strike is happening for you right now. Okay, the 12th house, spirituality, transformation. I swear I didn't look at the card. Okay, yeah, spirituality, transcendence. Yeah, so something is like something big is transforming your life right now. They might notice that like you're in a huge state of transformation, and they might be too, but I feel like for some people, like both of you are, but I feel like at least they notice that you are in a huge state of transformation right now in your life. Wow. Sixth house and came like spiraling out. That's so funny. My neighbor actually got wheeled away in the ambulance like just a few hours ago. And it's so weird. I've had like a lot of things like that. Like a couple of neighbors like pass away, and like I get like I like shut down. Like I like pass out like when something like that is about to happen, and then that's when I know I'm like, oh, someone like nearby like just died or something. But I didn't feel her. She wasn't that bad. She was okay. Nothing happened. She was all right. She walked onto the bed that when the ambulance came. But I feel like you might be having like a panic attack because of how much things are changing in your life, or will be, or has started changing in your life. And it might be for the good, because I see like this gray into this orange, so I feel like it's a really good thing, but it's still kind of chaotic, and sometimes it doesn't seem like a good thing, you know, because like when you have a lot of endings, in order to make way for like new things, it doesn't always feel like a good thing, right? I kind of feel like this like Pisces Virgo thing going on here too, with the 12th house and 6th house. Like I feel like you might be like manifesting a lot of things, and so I feel like this person might have thought you were kind of like oh, good for them, they have goals, like oh yeah, like it's so nice, like that they're so idealistic, or they have really big dreams, or they keep talking about that they're gonna do this thing, or oh, they have such high hopes for themselves. That's good that they're reaching, you know, they're not like, they don't have like, that they have bigger goals that they can like aspire to, even if they probably won't reach it or something like that. And now you're actually like coming through and showing up in that way, and they're kind of freaking out because they're realizing that like you meant what you were talking about, like, you know, you knew what you were talking about, or you are someone who can achieve these things that you set out to, you know, conquer. And they're kind of like, they're having this big like whoa moment, like oh wow, like they're doing big things. Like maybe they are smarter than me, maybe they are more hardworking than me, maybe they are going to achieve more in life than me, or something like that. Like they're kind of having this kind of like, I'm getting like their reality like shifted, their perspective of you shifted, where they thought like, you know, they're like you're equal, or they thought like, you know, maybe you were just kind of this like little, you know, maybe they saw you as someone who was like a little immature, or maybe childish, or maybe someone who you know, was a dreamer, you know, not necessarily very not much of a go-getter, but like, you know, talks the talk but can't walk the walk kind of thing. And now they're realizing like, oh no, they're a big player here, you know. They came to this into this life to like to actually do things. Like they weren't kidding. My high vibe thoughts create health in my body, peace in my mind, and love in my heart. Yeah, I do feel like they kind of maybe thought that you were like kind of like airy fairy, or excuse my language, but talking out of your ASS, and they didn't really like, it didn't make sense to them. And the reason it didn't make sense to them is because they couldn't think, they don't have the capacity to think as high vibe as you, or in the capacity that you do. Like, they're not able to connect all those ideas or thoughts, or, I'm not saying that they're not as intelligent as you, but for most people, yeah, you are much smarter than them. But for some people who, you share a love intellect, they might just not be able to understand some of the things that you do. And it's just kind of like they're having a huge realization that you're this big power player, and they didn't see you that way before. And so you've just stepped up to the plate. You just came, you just have got a seat at the table, and they didn't know you were capable of that. They really didn't see it coming. Safe to slow down, relax, and let go. They might be thinking, like, not only did you get a seat at the table, but then you got moved up. Now you have now you have a seat with the president, or with the CEO, or with the, like, you were always at the table. They just never saw you, and now you're moving up to the next table, with like the big wigs, the heavy hitters. And it's kind of like a ego hit, but I don't see it too much of an ego hit. Like, it kind of still boosts their ego that they went out with someone like you, or that they know someone like you, or they're, have a connection with someone like you, or in a relationship with someone like you. So like, it wasn't a huge like blow to their ego. It was just more of like a shift of how they look at you. And now they still appreciate you and like you, like the same amount they did before, or even more. So and it doesn't make them feel less than. It just makes them feel like even like proud and happy still. I'm getting a little sigh of relief sometimes, like a little bit, because they're like, oh, now I can take the back seat, or I can be, I don't know, something about like, I don't know, they're proud to be with you even more now, something like that. Okay, so what do they like about you right now? Today holds unlimited possibilities to see the beauty in life. Yeah, first of all, they love they love this like feeling of watching you from behind as you climb the ladder, or something like that, or get ahead in life in some way. Maybe you had a huge glow up and you're getting a lot of attention now. Maybe you lost a lot of weight, or maybe you changed your hair, or started like dressing in a certain way. Maybe like you just kind of had like a coming out, where you just kind of like, you're very quiet and kept to yourself, and like now you're kind of coming out of your shell a little bit more. So whatever it is, they love like taking the back seat, and they love like letting you do your thing. They're like yeah, they need to like shine their light. It's their time. Like, they deserve it, and they don't mind like stepping back and letting you shine. And also it kind of just like blows their mind, because they're like, this is good actually, because I need a second to kind of see, like, they're getting so many like beautiful ideas of like what can happen between the two of you now, because now it's like, I don't know, like you got their kind of hopes and dreams kind of going again. And so they're like, oh, like there's so much more we can do in life now, like, they're thinking about it. Like, we can travel the world, we can like, do all these things, kind of thing. Gratitude. they're like, okay, this is a good time for me to, write them a love letter since I never have, or like, like something to show their gratitude for you, kind of like not sucking up to you, but kind of like show you how much they appreciate you. Um, because I'm getting like, oh, like they need to kind of make up. They may have not outwardly told you that they thought your hopes and dreams were kind of cute, and they thought it was just like kind of like a childish dream you're holding on to, or you had a wild imagination, or that you had like really really high hopes for yourself, and that's good because like if you aim high you're gonna land somewhere good or something. So they never outright like said that to you, I think, but I think you kind of picked up on it, that they kind of always like underestimated you. And so they're like, okay, I need to like eat my words, and kind of show them that I recognize them, I see them for who they really are. Okay, so what can they do to help this connection right now? What can they do to help this connection right now? Good luck and justice. So I'm getting from Spirit, like, they need some good luck. Because, like, they didn't really understand your value, or they couldn't see who you fully were before. So it's like, oh, well, good luck to you. It's up to them whether they want to be with you or not now, because now they have this glow up, or they're coming out of their shell, or they're doing really well in their career now, or they're bringing in a lot of money, or they're doing really well in life somehow, like they always said, and you're the one who didn't believe in them, or didn't support them in the way they needed when they said that they needed it for this or something. It's like, good luck to you. Like, you do whatever you need to do, because it's up to this person whether they just stay with you or not. In the justice, like, I feel like things will play out as they karmically need to. Like, if they purposely treated you badly because they didn't see your worth or value, like, joke's on them, because you're going to be like, getting a lot of good attention, a lot of good opportunities, and they're just gonna have to watch that happen because they didn't take the time to, really appreciate you. But if they are someone who like treated you really well, they just didn't see, they just couldn't see who you fully were. Because of things that they didn't understand, then they have this opportunity to understand that better now. And so it's kind of like they have to put in the hard work, because you put in the hard work to get to where you are, or like whatever's happening in your life right now that's like bringing in this beautiful time for you. It's like, okay, like, you put in the hard work and effort, and if they want to share some of that with you, they're gonna have to put in the hard work and effort as well. Bravely market your magic. Yeah, they're like, okay, time to kind of do your work, like, put in the work, show what you appreciate. They need to show what they appreciate about you, and celebrate you, and then also kind of show their good qualities to you, because you've upped the game for them, and they need to kind of play the game. They need to kind of show that they are on the same page as you, that they are on the same level as you, Raw intention. if they have a singular focus, like if they want to win you over right now, they need to have that as their sole focus and go for it and concentrate on it. And they will, you know, you have free will to say yes or no, but like they have the ability to do it if they make it their like goal for this season, next season kind of thing. Like make it their whole world to kind of set the intention of like, you know, getting you, or like, you know, making this connection work, or keeping up with you on the same level as you, or something like that. Okay. So are they doing this right now? This is what they can do to help the connection. Is it something they're actually doing right now? The Magician, yes. And the Fool, okay. Yeah, they are doing this. They are trying to do everything, all the tricks that they have in their wheelhouse. They're putting on the charm. They're talking to you. They're, you know, trying to think of romantic things to do towards you. Buy nice gifts. Plan nice dates. Plan things for the future. Speak clearly, honestly, truthfully. Open up more. All the things. They're doing all the things in all areas of your life. Talk about all the areas of your lives, so like you two can keep it combined, or combine it. Combine your lives together. And sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. If you love someone and you wanna, you know, and they're growing and pushing ahead in life, it's like, and you're not growing and you're staying stuck behind, like you have to like kind of step up, you know. They're stepping up because they want the Fool card. Like they want this new life with you. Like you already walked out the door. You're already doing it. They're like, wait for me. I didn't know you were for real. Kind of thing. Okay. What can you do to help this connection, or a connection like this? What can you do to help this connection or help your love life right now? Courage. I'm getting having the courage to walk away, not necessarily walking away, but having the courage to do so if it's the right thing for you. This person might step up. It might be the right person for you, and you guys live happily ever after together. But I'm getting like, while this is going on, while they're kind of leveling up, proving themselves to you, kind of thing, or kind of allowing them to show that they see you, recognize you, and you're both kind of on the same page. If it doesn't kind of work out that way, having the courage to walk away, you know. Yeah. It's good for you. Overthinking can spoil the magic. Yeah, because they're bringing the magic here. So like the spirit's saying like don't overthink it. Like you'll have a gut feeling like this person's right for you or this person isn't right for you anymore, you know. And you're moving up, so I feel like you already have the courage to make big moves in your life and make your dreams a reality. And you have the courage to walk away from people that aren't going to be part of that life that you already started for yourself. So don't overthink it. Feel into your gut. Is this person a part of this life with you or not? It's going to be very easy. Okay, and last but not least, Spirit's message. Okay, 2 cards came up. unexplained wonder, and childlike devotion. Magical blessings and miracles are occurring in your life. All your prayers are answered now. I feel like that's for you. Because like I feel like you're in this like wondrous energy, and it's just like, okay, like I know I worked hard, and I visualized and manifested. I took the actions, put in the hard work behind the scenes and whatever. Never gave up kind of thing. But it's sometimes still kind of like, how did this happen though? Like it's kind of still amazing, when all your hard work pays off and you get the results of your hard work, the rewards. And sometimes it happens in a miraculous way. It's like, I knew I was going to get this, but I didn't know how, and this is really surprising. So I feel like you're in that kind of energy right now. And I feel like this is for them, childlike devotion. You're multi-talented, complex being. Embrace and love who you are. So I'm getting in them discovering all these like new facets of you. They are discovering all these new facets of themselves that they also can explore and love and appreciate. And that's how they can grow. So they can like learn about all these new facets of their personality and being in life with you, or they can choose not to have this childlike devotion and curiosity and kind of take it slow, or step back to work on some other sort of spiritual lessons. Maybe they have spiritual lessons that are different than yours because you're moving on ahead really quickly. But I feel like for some of you, like, this person has potential. They've been kind of on your wavelength step by step. So they're stepping into this childlike wonder and curiosity. It's going to be like fun for them to kind of see these new sides of you and new sides of life with you. Okay. Spirit's advice is connection. The High Priestess, yeah. It's with the 12th house, it's like very, although things are happening in the physical, it's still very magical feeling. It still really puts you in your feels. It really puts you in your like spiritual space, and it just kind of makes you kind of feel like spaced out and kind of in bliss energy, even though things are happening in the physical, because it's just kind of like I'm getting this like things in the spiritual realm are coming into the physical realm for you. So it's just kind of still very like, you're just kind of caught up in like, you're in suspension. I'm getting like caught up in all these things happening around you. It's still a very magical time. Okay. It looks like Spirit's just like, yeah, just be in that moment as long as you can, and know that you have the courage to let this connection go if it's not coming with you. And the courage to kind of give them space to catch up to you if they are willing to move ahead with you very quickly. Catch up to you very quickly. Just letting them have their own experience while you kind of start your own new experience. Okay. All right, so I'm trying to pull another card to see. I'm like, what is this? Grandparents, ancestors, coworkers, people you work with. Yes, I feel like you're gonna be busy doing like high level spiritual stuff or work stuff. You're gonna be kept busy. And then the other card that came up was no contact. So I feel like, there might be a period of time where you decide to kind of give them space in order for them to catch up if they decide to kind of come with you on this journey. And if you are deciding to let this person go, it's not going to be like you're going to completely cut them out of your life. You might still keep on touch a little bit here and there. So I've seen a couple of different scenarios, but yeah. I hope you enjoy this reading. If you resonated, I really appreciate a like or comment. Lets me know that you like these more higher spiritual readings. If not, just let me know and I'll do more like straightforward, what's happening in the physical readings. But this is how I read, honestly, very highly spiritual. It's just who I am and how I connect. I connect directly to source, so I can't help doing really highly spiritual readings. But yeah, I get it. Like when some people they're like, I just wanna know these answers, and this is like more than I need to know, or something I don't want to know. I really appreciate honest feedback, so I won't be offended. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hey, pile 3 with the bright flowers. Let's see what they like about you right now. What do they like about you right now? Cardinal signs. Okay, they love that you're very inspiring. Like I feel like you can get like people on board to do something that they don't really want to do, or I feel like you kind of like are a leader. You're very mature. You like, even if you don't think you are, like you have the potential to be, like if no one else is like stepping up to the plate, you would step up to the plate. And you also have like just a lot of ideas. Like, it's never boring with you. Whether it's thinking about what dates to do, or just like, if you're just hanging out, like you think of random topics to talk about, or random videos that you can show the other person, or articles or whatever. Like you always have good ideas. Yeah, and if they're not like in a happy mood or something like that, you can just like, they're just like sulking on the couch, like you can just like get them, be like, get up, let's go go get ice cream, or let's go get some like food, or go watch a movie, like like let's go for a walk, like you don't like, and they're like reluctant at first, but then like they're like, okay, I'm glad I came, like I'm glad you got me out of the house, or off the couch, or whatever, or like if you're like if they're like a workaholic or something, or if they get caught up in a lot of like friend drama or something, like, or like, and if they gets like sucked into something bad that happened at work, or some sort of bad mood, like you're really, you get them out of that, and they really really appreciate it. They find that to be like a very admirable quality to have in a partner. Square. Challenging situation, mountain to climb. I feel like they notice that you had, I'm getting like at least one or two very like difficult experiences in life. And it gives them like so much confidence that like being with someone like you, where like if anything tragic were to happen, or something like traumatic, or like an emergency situation or something like that, like you would know how to handle the situation, or you'd handle yourself well, or you'd be able to help other people and stuff like that. There's something about you is just like kind of very comforting, very safe. Like that's the kind of person that I would want around me. That's the kind of person I would want in my family, kind of thing. And I feel like you two may be, not for everyone, but like you may be in a tough situation in your connection right now, but they have so much trust in you. They believe that you'd be able to solve and conquer any issue that you two have. So they're very loyal to you, because they just know they can trust you with anything. Okay. What else do they like about you? Instead of taking on the fear of others, I reflect love. Yeah, there's something about like, you don't let like other people get you down. Like something about like it's so, I'm getting like, wow, this person admires you so much. Like you sometimes have to bear witness to such hard things maybe you did in your past, or maybe you do through work, or you are currently having to deal with some tough situations, and they know it must weigh heavy on you. They know it must, like, ruin your mood or get you down a lot of times, and like, how would it not? It would be hard for the average person, but like, but you somehow like are able to like put on a smile at the end of the day and make them laugh still, or still be able to enjoy a meal with them and not like harp on like this hard thing that happened that day, or hard thing that happened like a few months ago or when you were young or something like that. Like, they just think you're like a miracle for being able to like kind of deal with such hard things and harsh things and very negative things or dark things, and still be able to be pleasant to be around. I'm getting like a mark of a true like a strong soul. The more I honor my inner light, the more I brighten the world. I choose to shine. Yeah. It's kind of like, how when you're in a partnership, like you choose that person every day, like that's the partner you chose to be with, and you like chose to live your life with, and you have to choose them like every day. Like, it's gonna get tough at times, but like you still have to like choose them every day and wake up with the mentality that like I chose this person. I will choose to work through any issues or conflicts that we have. I choose to be with them. I choose to be happy, and do whatever I can to heal this connection, work towards this connection, not give up. It's like you're choosing to do that every day, right? And they see in you that you choose to be happy, every day, or choose to like not let things down, or you choose to just like shine your light, even though a lot of people around you want to like try to dim it or something like that, or you choose to keep like pursuing your goals, or being who you really are when it feels like you have no support around you, or not many people understand you, or something like that. And they're just like, wow, if they can do that for themselves every day, or almost every day, or most days, then they're gonna do that with this connection, that's someone worth fighting for. That's someone worth going to battle for. Someone worth dying for. That's my person, So this person's having I'm getting strong thoughts about potentially like marriage or long-term commitment, or if you guys are already married, like they're like, they still think about you in this way on a like daily basis almost. It's very like you have to choose to see these qualities in your partner, and they see it in you almost every day. That's how they know you're the one or will soon be the one, or why they chose you to be the one. Yeah. What else do they like about you? Release self-doubt. I feel like you don't you like taking a risk in your looks, in your the way you dress sometimes, the way you present yourself sometimes. I feel like you have a lot of different kinds of looks, maybe you have more of like formal wear, more casual, more like streetwear sometimes, or more like girly, or more sporty, or more whatever. that you have different looks that you have on, and they're like, it's not, they're not being like emo one day and goth one day, or like, and then like prep the next day. They're actually, these are all actually a part of who they are. Like they actually have within them all these different styles that they incorporate. And it doesn't have to be style. It could be like, the kind of their taste in cars, or their taste in, TV shows or movies or books, or like, like, I don't know, like, I feel like you have like at least like two, three, or four different kinds of like very like different personalities, but they're very so much you. And they really like that, because like some days like, oh, you don't know what they're gonna get, like it's like keeps life interesting for them, but they also very much like all those sides of you as well. Yeah, I'm getting like, it looks really good, and like they're really attracted to all those looks too. So like, it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna get in bed today, but I like all of those looks. Stay away from drama today. I also get that you kind of like time to yourself, peace. Like maybe you kind of, curl up with a good book on a windowsill sometimes, or a hammock, or you kind of just like to go for a drive, or go out for the day by yourself, go to the beach by yourself, go meditate by yourself, go for walks or hikes by yourself. I combined it into hikes. I don't know, like, or maybe you go off and like draw pictures by yourself. I don't know. I'm like, they like seeing you in your element, like just being by yourself, doing your own thing. Like there they are, just living life. They don't care about anyone or anything else. They're just doing them. Yeah, you're very, very unique. One of a kind, I'm getting. Okay, so what can they do to help this connection? What can they do to help this connection? New beginnings. I feel like they need to start over with you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I mentioned some of you are going through a challenging situation with this person right now. And they need to start fresh. They need to start right from the beginning. If not, if things are going well, I feel like both of you kind of need something new in your life. Maybe you need to move. Maybe you need to, I don't know, start over in a different place, a different career, or I feel like for most of you, like you need to move somewhere, fresh start somewhere else. Changes, yeah. They need to make a drastic change for this connection. Yeah. So like they might need to restart this connection. They might need to move forward in this connection. Maybe like commit to long term, or commit to marriage, or commit to moving out with you, moving into the same place, or moving to where you live, or you moving to where them, inviting them to stay with where you live, just because of like long distance or something, or work, or but this, I'm getting something with like physical, like home or location, or something in the relationship, like asking them out, or committing to the connection, or committing to marriage, or committing to this new like becoming parents or starting a new business. Like something big needs to happen in this connection, and they need to initiate it, or they need to be on board with it. Are they going to do that? This is what they need to do, or this is what they could do to help the connection right now? Because I did sense a little bit of like, you might be spending a lot of time by yourself right now, and it's because you might be contemplating something about this connection in a very big way. Are they doing this though? This is what they could do to help. Are they doing this? Elder of Pentacles, that's the King of Pentacles. Yeah, they're really thinking about this. And with the Mountain, I'm getting they're looking like, so for example, if you mention something about needing to find a new place to live, they're already like searching for the place. They've already started the search. They're already stepping up. If you said you needed more commitment in this connection, they're already trying to figure that out. If you needed something, a big change in this connection, a fresh start, they're already stepping up to the plate. So they are doing what they think could help this connection right now. And what could you do? What could you do to help this connection right now? Prosperity, and came out in reverse and landed on the changes. So I'm getting that you need to allow them to bring in prosperity. Like, I feel like they need to bring in an abundance of ideas. They need to spend their money on it, their time on it, and their energy on it. Like, they need to set something up to help this connection. Like, they need to look for a better job, or they need to look for a better home, or they need to look for a way to strengthen this connection. They need to bring in this long-lasting change. Probably because you're the one always initiating important things for the connection, and it's kind of like, if they're not able to do that, they're not on the same level as you. And you're going to be the one always like leading and thinking of the solution and thinking of how to move the connection forward and how to grow in the connection. So you have a really nice quality here where you're, able to look at life in very like different ways, and kind of add value to the connection in different ways. And they need to step up and show that they can do that too, which they can, because right away they're like, recognizing, they need to like make moves, they need to do something, right? So yeah, that's what they're doing. Okay, what can you do to help? Three of Cups. Yeah, let them come to you, and not just like come to you, but like also like I feel like you're so fun. I feel like you're so fun and interesting and not dull at all. Like, I feel like when you have an idea, you might present it in a fun way, or like you might it's never like typical for you. Like, you're very creative, and very different with the way that you think and your ideas and your thoughts and of what to do for the connection of the future. And you always bring it out in different ways, and you have all these ideas, and it's like, if you can't find someone who meets you halfway, or even kind of goes through with your ideas, or like entertains them, then like you're kind of wasting your time, energy, and creativity on someone who's like, not there. But with this kind of strong energy, I feel like they have shown that side of themselves to you, so you know that they have it. I think with the square here, like, I think, again, the sun and moon, more sun this time. I feel like you just do it way more often. And so you see this person has a potential, and obviously with this, I don't know, with this brown energy, I'm getting like very like, I mean, they have a lot of love for you, and they really want to step up for you and show you in a very grand way. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's hard because I feel like you're such a I don't know, entertaining person to be around. I feel like you're, singing or dancing, or just like, you just have a lot of jokes, or, you're just, you know, very lively. And they might be very grounded. They might have a lot of love for you, but they might not, it's kind of like, it might be a very good compliment to your liveliness to have someone very grounded, but it could be also very confusing for you. If you kind of crave that from your partner. So it really depends on if they're just able to kind of initiate something to move the connection along on their own terms and in a fun, loving way. That's what you're looking for. It's like, oh, just once in a while, it'd be nice if they move the connection forward. Yeah, Spirit's message for this connection. Yeah. I'm getting, like, for very few of you, this is a very big argument. But for most of you, I'm getting this is like just like a more preference kind of thing between the two of you. Okay. Replacing what was lost. You now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew, create a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon. Yeah, with prosperity, I feel like and new beginnings and changes. I feel like both of you are kind of inviting in a lot of abundance, a lot of success, and a lot of wealth, a lot of money because of this change. So if this person comes through and this change happens, because I feel like both of you need kind of like a fresh start, like you're ready to start the next leg of your journey. Yeah, like you've done as much as you can in this particular situation, and you need the next thing, and they need to show up for that. They need to bring it in, because I feel like you might have like mentioned it to them multiple times, like, oh, I need this connection to move forward, or I need you to move, or I need me to move, or us to move, or I need us to kind of start this thing, or move to the next, or start this next project or goal or something like that. And it's kind of like if they don't step up, then the connection stops there. So, and I feel like for most of you, they will step up. Gentle moderation. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by recognizing, by renegotiating what you're trying to accomplish. But it came out in reverse. So it's like, yeah, no, they need to make big moves. They need to, like, it's like a grand gesture. Like moving, getting married, deciding to have a kid, or moving closer to family, or moving closer to a workplace, starting a new project together, renovation, trip around the world, living somewhere in a different country for a while. Starting a new group together or something. I don't know. But something like something big needs to happen, because I feel like you're about to like come apart at the seams. Yeah, because with this like stay away from drama today, I feel like you've been patient. Okay. Spirit's message for this connection. And like, it's kind of like, if they make this big move, you will be successful. You will have a lot of abundance coming in. If not, you'll go your separate ways and you will still get abundance and success, right? It's just kind of like they need to make this big change, and it needs to be them that initiate it, because you always have, but this time it has to be a joint effort. It has to be them that starts this thing. Wow, the Fool card. Yeah, fresh new start, brand new beginning. It's like either it's like with us together, or I'm doing it alone, and it seems like you're fine with going it alone. So it's like up to them, you know. It's like, okay, if you don't initiate this, then I'm going to initiate it, and I'm going to do this on my own, kind of thing. All right. So I hope this resonated. If it did, I really appreciate a like or comment. I know this is a little bit more highly spiritual, but yeah, let me know if you like these like highly spiritual readings, or if you want me to kind of tone it down a little bit and just kind of give like quick one word answers. What do they think about you, feel about you, your looks, you know, and all like the more positive things. But yeah, anyway, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hey, Pile 4 with the ocean waves. Let's see what they like about you. Starting off right away. Okay, Mars. Okay, so I feel like you are a fighter. Like you have a very protective quality about you. You protect what's right. You protect people. You fight for what's right. You may be very family oriented. Protective of your friends. You know, really good with kids. And a very fiery personality. But they don't mind it. Like, you know how some people, like, they can't handle, like, too much, like, back talk from others, or someone who has, like, a hot temper or something like that. Like, I feel like this person, they can handle your hot temper, because usually when you're mad or angry, or you know, being very harsh with your words, it's usually out of like protecting someone or standing up for something that's right, that you believe is right or something. Oh, and Cancer. Ooh. Nurture, comfort, protection. Yeah, protection. Oh, wow, yeah. Wow. I didn't even see that. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, so I feel like you're like a mama bear or a papa bear, and this really appeals to them. And I feel like they're looking for someone who would be a good parental figure. If one or both of you already have kids, or want to have kids soon, or have adult kids, and it's a very attractive quality. Either because they didn't have that quality in their own like baby daddy or baby mama, or like people they've dated before just didn't seem like they would be like have the fire to like do what's necessary for the kid or something like that, or do what's necessary, like, you know. And they might be very like, they might have a big family, or they always wanted a big family, and they always like that dynamic of like having protective family or protective friends or something like that. So they really admire that quality in you. They see that equality in you, and they desire that. They want that. I'm getting like they want to bring you home to their parents. Like, you know, they want to bring you and show you to the family because like they're like, oh, they'd fit right in, or like, you know, they wouldn't be shy to like share their opinion or something like that, or they would be like, you know, fiercely loyal to the family and know like, I know that they wouldn't say anything bad about my family and stuff like that. Maybe they had an issue with that before, or they maybe seen someone else do that, and so they're like defensive, like, you know, they want to defend their family and defend their friends and stuff like that, because they've had people they did it in the past, or they've had friends or other family members who dated people that like weren't so nice to the family, or didn't talk nicely about their family or friends or something like that. I honor my self-worth by asking what I want. Yeah. They also admire that you know what you want. I feel like you're like a like no BS person. Like you're like, you know, we need to get all these things together by this weekend, or we can't go on this family trip or something. You know, it's like we have to get this all together. You know, I want to be able to go have this for dinner, make sure like everything is done before then, and blah blah blah. Or like, you know, we have to bring, you know, so and so a casserole because you know their so and so just passed away, or you know they're not feeling well or something like that. Like they might be a little bit controlling, but it's not like, I think other people might see it as controlling, but I think you and them see it as like, oh, someone who just knows how to get shit done. You know, it's like, okay, like, oh yes, this person in the family is not feeling well, or you know they have you know, their person just passed away, like we have to go there and we have to do, you know, we have to help them clean, we have to help them with their, you know, this and that. Like it's not even a question. Both of you are like, yeah, let's go, like I'll get the car ready, you get the, you know, it's like both of you are very like, not like self-sacrificing sometimes, but just like, you know, if someone in your family or friend needs, like in your family or friend group needs help, like you're there, like no question about it. And no, both of you are like the same way, so it's not, and you get like things done, so it's kind of like, I don't know, in some ways like you're both kind of like the matriarch or patriarch of the family, or have the potential to be, where it's just like, oh, you know, you have the barbecues in your place, like, you know, you have the events, or like, you know, you can't have an event without inviting the two of you, you know, kind of thing, or you have the potential to do that, because both of you are kind of just like very straightforward people, very responsible people, very like headstrong people too sometimes. Like, you know, you might be like very boisterous, but like at the same time you might like laugh really hard, you might make other people laugh really hard, you know, you might be kind of, you might take over like a situation, you know, once you get into the kitchen, you're telling everyone else what to do, or once you get it, you know, to like a project or something, like you kind of take over and you like look at the plans, like, okay, this person's doing this, and like, okay, someone needs to do that, like someone needs to get this. So something about like you guys like kind of take over. Like you're very, like some people might find you obnoxious, some people might find you like trustworthy, reliable is a kind of word. Reliable is definitely the word. And you're very sure of yourself, very good role models for other people, not just your own kids, but probably for other people's kids too. Like people respect you in the neighborhood, in the schools, and at work and stuff like that. They might not always like what you have to say, but you're also you might be all both like very a little bit like loud, or when you need to be. But you also, it's the same way, like you bring a lot of energy to wherever you go, a lot of laughs, a lot of like, you know, extra napkins and food and everything, you know, that kind of, though you're that kind of couple, or could be. I mean, they see that in you, so they really like that. Healing. Oh, this is the card I was gonna pull. That's skipping ahead. I was gonna look into what what they can do to help this connection, but we're not there yet. But I do feel like that I'm getting like they feel they're good for you because they bring a lot of healing for you. I feel like you're always trying to help and heal other people, that they believe they're the kind of person that you need for some, like they like who's helping you, who's protecting you, who's like sacrificing for you, who's healing you, who's helping you. So they're like, I can be that for you because I see you being that for everyone else. This is someone who's strong. This is someone who can like actually have your back. It's safe to ask for help. People want to support me. Yeah. So yeah, they're like, yeah, I can be the one that can help you and support you. I can give you healing when you need it because you heal so many other people. They recognize you. They like, you need someone. You're gonna break. You're gonna, everyone needs help sometime. Like, I can be that person for you. Okay. What else do they like about you right now? Get back to nature. Reconnect with your hippie roots. There's like this beautiful, strong tree. I feel like I'm getting like thick, or whether you're male or female, like you have like a very strong presence. I feel like you maybe actually be able to lift a lot. Very strong, or you dress very strongly. You look like someone who can get something done. You're not always like you could be very professional. You could be like higher up, manager level stuff at where you work, or people like, respect you, like supervisor, manager, or even higher leadership positions at work. But I feel like you're usually more casual. Like you like being in more casual clothes. You're just more casual people. I feel like you're just more like family oriented, more like, bring people to the home, have nice dinner at the home kind of, people. Or like, if you're gonna go on vacations or picnic, you bring your whole family or all your friends, something like that. So like you're more like in a more casual dressing, or like, you might go out with your friends a lot or something like that. But I don't know, you have a very like the strength in your presence. Like I feel like you bring a lot of people comfort by the way you look, by the way you dress. Like I feel like you dress appropriately to events. You dress nicely. You just like feel like someone that like that's very approachable, that people can just like, ask for a hug. Like maybe they've seen you like hug a random stranger who was just crying, and they're just like, oh my god, their heart just melted. They're like, oh my god, this is my person. Like you have that kind of presence, Deeply rooted in your own beliefs, very strong. People can't really move you or budge you in your thoughts and opinions sometimes, but that's kind of appealing to this person because it's kind of like they know who they are, that's my girl, that's my guy. Very soft though. Might have like soft skin, very soft to hold. You just want to like cuddle with you, like even though you have this like strong, very like presence, like a very leader, authoritarian kind of like dictator kind of like presence. Kind of, you'd think it'd be like scary, but it's actually very like, you give people what they need, if they need a hug or if they need like the truth, Yeah. What else? Set your intentions with heart and soul. Yeah. Yeah. Like I mean, like you could be young or you could be like a bit older, but like you definitely have like a mother or father like feeling to you. Like, definitely matriarch or patriarchal. Even if you are like a grandmother or a grandfather, you still feel like you're a young mother and father. If you're not a mother or father yet, or don't even plan to be, like, you still give off that feeling. You take care of people. People go to you for help. If there's a situation that needs to be taken care of, you help take care of it or something. And often people who have this kind of like innate qualities, this like motherly or fatherly like qualities, they are often given that kind of look, like, very approachable, very stern, but very comforting, like someone who has like good morals, like, you exude that energy. So obviously you have like very like nice looking face and very soft body, soft like a lot of like circle, like a lot of round features in your hair, in your eyes, in your face, in your body. Yeah. Okay, so, and they love this. They love this because they're the person who picks up on this, and would appreciate it and love it so much. They love holding you, I'm getting. Okay, so what can they do to help this connection? What can they do to help this connection? Clarity. Yeah, I feel like they can bring in some clarity for you. Because I feel like they might have been confusing you a little bit. Not sure where you stand on something, where you stand with, where they stand with you, or where they stand on a specific issue with you or situation. Because there's a lot of like maternal and paternal kind of energies here, I feel like it might be like where they stand with, having kids, or family and friends kind of thing. Your soul shines. Oh, I love this like light purple lavender color in the hair of this female and this card. Because I feel like they tell you, I feel like this is the kind of person who's constantly telling you that they love you. They're giving you a lot of hugs and kisses, and they're telling you how beautiful or handsome you are, and they're always giving you compliments, and that you're always like smiling because they're always like, like making you feel good, and they're genuine. They're always trying to make you smile. Like, oh, I just want to see you smile. I just want to make as many jokes as I could to like make you smile. Like, I like to like see you happy. You're always working so hard. Like, look at you, or something like that. Like, they're always like not gassing you up, but actually genuinely like making you like feel loved and appreciated and seen. So what can they do? Limitations inspire innovations. I feel like you may have told them like, hey, like if nothing's happening here, then like I can't like keep like fooling around, or I can't keep fooling myself thinking that you're gonna step up or something. Like, I need clarity. Like, you say all these nice things, but then you're not going forward in this connection, or you're not moving forward in this goal, or you're not like talking about it, or you're not giving me anything, it's like I need to know, like, like this is a very big deal for me, like family and friends, or having children or something like that. Like, I need to know, or combining families, where you stand with grandkids, or if you have to adopt the other person's kids or something like that. Like, they're not coming correct, like they're not making anything clear, and it's been a while, and they've been patient, and you've been patient, and like they're not telling you anything. They haven't told you anything new. They're not telling you that they're working on this or thinking about it or sorting things out, and like you need clarity. And so I think you might be thinking about like letting them go so they realize that like they need to figure stuff out and come to you correctly, or you're about to, or they feel like you're about to, so they're like getting their stuff together. Okay, so that's what they need to do in order to help this connection. Either work something out with family, your friends, like maybe there's an issue there, or kids or something like that. If you, for example, if you both have kids, but like, and you want to be living closer to your kids, like, are they willing to do that? Like, that's like a non-negotiable for you, and you need to know sooner rather than later. Or if there's some sort of other option or a compromise or something, like they're not giving you anything. Okay, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so yeah, I feel like they do have clarity on this, and I feel like they do know, and they do see the two of you working this out and working on this goal together, but they're not telling you about it. That's so weird. Why aren't they telling you? They are going to tell you. Okay. I'm going to see. Why weren't they telling you? Which way? I feel like it always started an argument, but I feel like once you kind of show them that this could end because they're not coming to a decision, or really coming with you with any information or anything, I feel like you two kept kind of clashing, and so they never really got the opportunity to do so. Also, like, you kind of give them like an ultimatum, like either you step up or you kind of allow me to do this with someone else, or just let me live my life, because I can't have you kind of just halfway in my life or something like that. Like my family, friends, and kids or whatever matter too much to me for me to kind of not move forward and kind of keep allow you to keep me hanging on this balance beam. Okay. Yeah. So it felt like it was always a fight, but for a reason. There's a reason. You had good reason to make it always a fight. It's like they kept hanging on. They kept like enjoying your company and enjoying things like as they were, and not allowing you to move forward in the way that you needed to. So you kind of like cut it off, or you're letting them know it's gonna go in that direction, and now they're like stepping up. So for most of you, yeah, they do see it, but they just like, I don't know. I think they were just holding on to what the two of you had as long as they could or something. Okay, okay, so what can you do to help this connection? What can you do to help this connection? Empowerment. Okay. Allow them to empower you. It's like, okay, this person's saying that like, like, I can be your support system. I can be the one to help you shine and do what you need to do. Like, you help so many people, let me help you, kind of thing. Like, allow them to do that. Allow them to do the thing that they said they're going to do. Empower you, support you in life, Like you said, like, ask for help, and it's safe to ask for people for help and for people to want to support me, and then you don't go and support me. Like, what am I supposed to do? To allow them to empower you, or to allow you to continue to empower yourself. Prosperity sisters are happiness and joy. Yeah. I feel like your prosperity has been kind of like cut short a little bit, because they were in the way of your happiness and joy. Like, they weren't allowing you to kind of reach the potential of this connection, or they're standing in the way of it. And so, like, your joy and happiness is tied to your abundance, your success, and your wealth. So this person is not only getting you in the way of your happiness and joy of yourself or your family and kids and friends, but also of you're probably seeing some shortages in the success and wealth of, you know, your income and, you know, your career goals and all the little projects you do to help everyone else, because this person's, you know, blocking that, and they probably don't even realize it. It's connected, the two things. So when one thing stops, the other thing does too. The Spirit's gotta say about that. Five of Swords. Yeah, Five of Wands, Five of Swords. Like, they were kind of just seeing this as just like little arguments, and they're probably like, oh, I don't want to argue anymore. Like, yeah, I know at some point, or something like that. Like, or like, I know I just need to get this thing done first, or like, you know, I'm working on it. Like, someday, like, yeah, why do you always bring this up? Like, you know, we're always fighting about this. Like, you know, if we didn't fight so much, like, maybe I would be ready, or maybe I would, you know, like, why don't you let me get there on my own time, or something like that. But they were thinking as a Five of Wands. For you, it's a Five of Swords. Like, this was like a fight to life and death. Like, you are literally cutting off my success and career. You're preventing me from getting more money. You're preventing me from being happy and joyous, or continuing on with my goals regarding family and friends and my children. So if this was like a Five of Swords fight for you, for they only saw it as a Five of Wands fight, like a fight with sticks, not a fight with swords, you know? You're here bleeding, and they're like, oh, I thought I just bruised you. It's like, no, I'm bleeding here. You know, you cut me deep. Like, it's not just like you whacked me with like a chopstick or something. It's like you cut me deeply, like an artery. So it's like they couldn't see how serious you were and how much it affected you. So you might be kind of doubting their ability to actually support you, and actually be the thing that you want and need in your life. There's potential there. You saw it. You two are both very, you know, compatible. But they said, like, you can use me for support. You know, they're very much like you. That they're gonna empower you to do like what you do, and they're not doing it. It's crazy. Okay, Spirits, advice for this connection. Looking at the underbelly. Be sure that you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to organize yourself, or perhaps a project that you are working on could use some fine-tuning. Yeah, I feel like Spirits, like, just step away and work on what you need to work on right now, because you might be wasting your time. Like, you might not be using your time wisely if you just keep focusing on this person and not like the many things that you do. What is going on here? Like, why is Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Wands? I feel like they're like burnt out, and so they think this is like all pointless, because they're like, okay, I've been with this person, or I've been like around this person, and it like burns me out to kind of support them. So I feel like they said that they can do this, but I feel like they're struggling to support you and to empower you and to keep up with you, honestly. And so they think it's kind of pointless. Like, they're like, oh, I know I said I would do this, but like, I'm already so exhausted, so tired all the time trying to keep up with them, that, you know, what if this isn't the, like, what's the point? Like, what if this isn't the best for them or me? Like, so there's some things going underneath the surface that you might want to examine, because you're so strong that it probably was a nice idea to believe that someone could love and support you in the way that you need and want. And I feel like they wanted to be there for you, but they just are realizing like it's like you do way more than they can comprehend and support. Like it's been like a struggle just keeping up with you, and so they're realizing now like, oh man, like I might need to like step back. Like I might not be able to keep up with them. Like this isn't going to be good. Like I'm gonna, every step counts. There is an advantage in taking things slowly. Breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. Yeah, so Spirit's telling you specifically that you should maybe slow down. Yeah, look at other things going on in your life and just kind of reassess everything, because like this person, they might be like, they might seem like so compatible with you, but I feel like, I don't know, you just have more strength. You're able to do more than them. You're just at different energy levels. They might be on the same page. They might be helping other people. They might have the same like disposition as you. Very parental, stern but loving kind of thing. Responsible, but they can only do it at like a certain level, and you're on this like higher level, and it's just like, I don't know, it's something to think about. Yeah, 9 of Cups, 2 9s here. It looks like for most of you it might be it's going through like a slow ending, and it's kind of tough because both of you still very much care for each other, love each other, want to nurture each other, like each other. But it might be a situation where, if they're just exhausted all the time, and you're, and you need actual support, and you're doing a lot, it just might not be so. Even though like your personalities may be very compatible, your goals in life, the way you behave towards life is very compatible, it might just not be compatible in like, I don't know, other ways. But I feel like both of you are kind of like enjoying, like, I don't know, this uncoupling, or this like, slowly going, knowing that there's like a split in the path up there, like wanting to kind of enjoy it as much as possible. Yeah. Just how it is sometimes. Tough when you still like care so much about each other, right? But you kind of both see it, kind of like realizing, oh, this isn't gonna work out, but like that's tough. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like, a comment. I knew as soon as I like sat down for this reading, like I was connected. I was like, I'm gonna do a highly spiritual reading. I tried to keep it like lighthearted and just kind of like simple questions and just like very surface level physical stuff, and then this happens. But I think these are the readings that matter, and for those comments that are like low vibe, like I know it's just because they probably resonate with more low vibe tarot card readers, and I just have to keep doing my own thing, like I have to keep doing, these are the readings I will pick in the future, that I will like pick the readings of to get advice for myself, so I like to keep high vibe and real, and like, I don't know, readings that in my opinion help more, I don't give more clarity, divine clarity. I don't know, you let me know. If not, I can always switch back, I think. Or maybe I'll choose a new career. But anyway, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.